This is an update on the series with this model. So I just want to show you guys again and go through a few things. Later on in the video, I'm going to go through some chats and also some Instagram content, because I do know you guys I've seen a lot of comments and messages about doing a bit more on Instagram. So I'll go through that later on in the video. So as you can see, we had a really good week. To be honest, I'm not too happy about how this week went. You know, looking at last week, we did well. I'm really happy about last week. And we had everything in place to go double this, right? But issue with the charter, he had some family issues and he had to do a little shorter shifts in these 2 days. So he did a little bit less. $100, I don't like seeing $100 in a day. But then back to good money, dip here. I want it to be more consistent like last week. I don't let that sort of thing off, but because he's a really good chatter and I'll show you guys why I say I'm happy with him, because he can adapt really, really well. And he's learned a lot. He's come a long way since he started last week. What I'm actually going to do, I do need another chatter. So here's the plan for me. I'm going to hire another chatter. Again, so I pay my current chatter $3 an hour. I'm going to up his pay to about $4.50 and make him my chatting manager. Obviously, he's still going to chat for me. He's now going to manage the other chatter and also train him as well. My current chatter works 12 hours. I'm getting a lot more EU and UK fans. So I want a 24-hour shift, because one shift won't cover US and my UK and EU fans that are spending. So I need another chatter, right? So my current chatter is going to handle, the nighttime shift, and my new chatter is going to handle the daytime shift. You can see there have been sales about last 2-3 hours, because I wanted my chatter to work a bit overtime, so I'm paying him extra. I'm paying his hourly rate, he's working more hours. But obviously one person can't work 24 hours a day. So I'm going to increase his pay, make him the chat manager. I don't want to train another chatter because I really don't like doing it. But as long as you train one really, really well, and you can see he's doing really, really well, you can trust him to train the chatter, which I'm going to do. I'm going to trust him to train my new chatter and make sure he doesn't, mess up. And then also there needs to be some sort of collaboration. So if they're chatting to the same people, if they end up chatting to the same people, there needs to be some sort of system where they don't mess up and they have the information about that person. But yeah, I'll get that set up, but I'll let my chatting manager handle the teaching. So yeah, it's super cheap. $3 an hour for a chatter, $4.50 an hour for a chatting manager. Really, really cheap. Obviously, I do have a bonus structure. Currently, it's set at, if you're on over $500 in a day, you get a little bonus. This must have been really annoying. I haven't seen this, but this would have been really annoying. Damn. I might, he has done well, so I might just give him the bonus, because that's really annoying. That must be annoying for him. That's fine for me, I don't care. But yeah, he's been doing decent this week. Kind of consistent. Today, obviously, the entire shift he hasn't completed today. He just did a few hours earlier on today, and then he continues in a few hours' time. So he's still got the rest of the day to get this up. Anyway, you can see top spenders are good, recent transactions. Anyway, I'll come and I'll refresh. If you guys didn't see, 10k this month. Super happy. We've got about 5 days left of this month, so even more room for growth. I'm going to come with my mouse. I'm going to come and refresh here. There we go. I'm going to show earnings and insights. I did make a payout, 4k. The 3k is still paying for the chatter, so that's alright. Anyway, I'll come here again and I'll refresh. And I'll come and show you some chats now. You can see there's some chats. This I wasn't too happy about, because this was his shift and he didn't really reply to this part. And then here again, yes, he's not a low spender, he's not a high spender, but still you can still make money off the guy. Top purchase was a $99 pay-per-view. He sold a good script to him, so he needs to be trying a bit better to him. He's a new whale, Brave Otter. He's spending quite well. Again, top purchase $299.99. Again, something like this, his name's Marcus. Something like that needs to be shared with the new chatter. So that's sort of the system I'm going to build. Some sheet, some document for each high spender, each round really. Let's go to the OGs. Yeah, one thing I'm happy about, there is a lot more chatting. There's a lot more chatting with fans. Again, he chats, I can tell he does spend a lot more time on the high spenders, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You still got to spend equal time. Then again, to be fair, some of the chats were when, it wasn't really his shift to do. Anyway, let's go find some OGs. Where's George? George is here. Perfect end of perfect day. Warrior celebrating. Suit night, no problems. Morning, actually set a shocking miracle. How's the head? Fine for once. So again, this is good. He's personalizing chats to each fan, which I'm really happy about. You're relentless at the minute. Run away, anything to keep me going. Film this one if that helps. Again, I'm not too happy that it just suddenly jumped to this. But the reason why I can't say too much is because you don't really see much context with this. It's about patterns. If he's done this before and it's worked, good, do it again. good, because you're creating a pattern that George's familiar with. You know, everyone likes patterns, everyone likes to know what to expect, right? And that's how you get fans to spend. When you do unexpected things, they get kind of taken aback. But if you follow a pattern and the fan will always expect and know what's coming next, you know, it's human nature, you know, human psychology that, you know, you'll be happy if what you expect actually happens. It makes you happy inside, right? Golden Martin's another good whale. Yeah, this is banter, not to be taken as it rude. IKDF, good. He's keeping IKDF spending. Nothing new today, just checking in. Twice a month you're going soft and do not tell anyone. That's, I guess it's funny. I guess IKDF understood it. I don't, but... good line, yeah, it's small issue. I had a small issue with one of the clips in AI. So I made a 30-minute video. In another video pay-per-view I sent him, when I was making a 40-second clip, one of the 40-second clip, the lighting was a bit buggy. I used it anyway because to me, I knew it was the AI that caused it, but it kind of looked like it was just a faulty light. So I used it anyway, and, you know, he noticed. But, you know, the lighting's consistent now. I fixed the issue. I made sure it didn't happen again. I edited the prompt and made sure it was consistent, and it fixed. So again, just minor issues that, you know, we go and fix. What? I haven't seen this. I can feel myself getting hot right now. Why has he mentioned you and George? Why has he mentioned George? And look how he replies. I do not know who that is, and I do not want to. Why did he mention George? I feel myself boiling right now. I can't believe he's done that. Why has he done that? Why mention George? I've never mentioned George to him. I don't think he's ever mentioned George to him, from what I've seen. But why the hell has he mentioned him? And then he said, no, anything before you give up on tonight? I mean, luckily he's still wanting something short. Didn't short his ass, saying no. Good night. And then it's like, Monday, what do you have? He's like, this isn't really the IKDF I know. Now he's kind of chatting quite abruptly, right? The strainers always are filmed a long one over the weekend. How long? Like, he's not really... He was getting a bit out of the show. He was chatting a bit more, which I was pleased about because we were kind of getting him. And then now that I've read this, I can kind of see this kind of looks a bit sarcastic, or it's got like a hint of sarcasm to it. And then today, maybe this is the reason why I said nothing new today. Just checking in. Twice a month, you're going to do not. Now this kind of looks angry. Do not tell anyone, because maybe he says do not tell anyone because he's mentioned George. Maybe he thinks I'm telling George about him, and now he's saying do not tell anyone. See, this is bad, you know. I'll come back to insights. IKDF, compared to my all-time earnings, IKDF is about 25-30% of my all-time earnings. I can't afford to lose him. I was speaking, so he's definitely not getting that bonus for this. I might just not give him a bonus at all for the rest. You know, I'm going to have a chat with him. That's really not good. It's not good at all. But yeah, anyway, moving on. I'm going to go through some... so generally, how to find things is... You know, you've just got to follow a bunch of AI creators and get your entire feed. There's two things you have to do when you post. When you make a new account, there's a specific style of content that you have to make. And I'll show you guys now. I'll come to the reels. And it's called before and afters. So it's a before image, like this, Coach Trust say after everyone left, but, and then the after image. You do this to grow an account. To go from, you know, 0, I usually say go to 3 to 8K and then switch to this style of content. Influencer style content. To make things better, I make talking videos with a US accent to attract US audience. The reason why you can't do this stuff throughout is because it doesn't get good views and good traction when you have a new account. It does well when you do before and afters like this. I call this AI slop. Do before and afters to grow an account. When you have a good account, and then post influencer content like this, right? This stuff doesn't get as much views, but you can see 1K, 5K, 1K. Compared to, I'm sure she did before and afters earlier, which would have done a lot better. But I can assure you, these convert a lot better. Before and afters used to convert really, really well at the start of the year, but now they don't. You have to do this stuff. This converts really well. The issue is, a lot of people see the lower views and like, oh, this isn't working. But in fact, this converting, again, it's all about link clicks. It's all about the link clicks, right? This converts a lot better than before and afters. Before and afters won't get you link clicks. And this influencer style content does a lot better. This is a really high quality model. Again, influencer style. It's sort of similar to, it's sort of slop, but it's still good. But yeah, that's generally the most. You can see, look how low quality this is. You can tell this is fake. And I already know the voice is bad.
If you would never leave a girl waiting alone in the dark, drop a heart and send this to my DMs.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but you can hear how bad it is. 8K views, good shares, good reposts. You know, it did well. And then look, the AI slop, 100K views, right? This is what you do to grow an account. But then the influencer style is what converts. You can see like this does less. You can see there's a reason why this person's getting 24 million, 88 million, 172 million on AI slop. There's a reason why he's not posting that anymore, because he knows it's not converting. That's why he's posting more content like this. He's trying more of these rather than before and after. He's starting to add them in because he knows, whoever's running this knows that that is what converts, not the before and afters. The before and afters are just get the views and the followers, but he's already got really good followers, so there's no need. This is a really good, because this is kind of like before and after, but it's AI influencer style, so it's good. This will convert because there's movement, showing off the body. This person's getting really good views. Comments. It's really, really good. A bit of a serious topic now. I'm sorry to be serious with you guys. Now I've seen some comments about some of my videos saying, I don't actually earn 300k with my AI models per month. How can I earn so much and sit on my mum's couch? Well, first of all, it's on my mum's couch. I shouldn't really have to clarify that. But what it is, guys, is if I wanted to, I could go rent an apartment, a high-rise apartment in Canary Wharf, post a bunch of content with a nice background, and I could probably make so much money with mentorship. Because that's how this works. That's how mentorship works. Mentorship works purely lifestyle. Courses and mentorships, they sell because of lifestyle, not because you're actually helping people. I don't like to fake how I live, right? Yes, I changed background. Look, I got you guys a bit of a nice background. I paid a lot of money for someone to paint this back there. So I thought, I thought I'd change it up, make it a bit more, different. The key thing you have to remember, I'm not an influencer. I'm not a YouTuber. The only thing I really know how to do is run an AI OFM agency. I can only ever just post good, high quality content. I'm not going to post like who else out there shows you their family dashboard, refreshes, goes through real chats, earnings and payouts, shows you everything of the meat. There isn't anyone that does that. You got to think to yourself, why aren't they doing that? Maybe because they're selling mentorship, because that's the only way they make money. That's just something to think about. I'm actually showing this stuff. I could, they take screenshots, put it in a Word document, and show some sort of presentation, right? Again, like I said, they're YouTubers, they're influencers. I'm not that. I show you what I know, right? This is what I know. I know family, I know the chat, I know the insights. I know how to show you this, how to go through this. I don't want to take screenshots, which is fakeable. I can fake that sort of thing. I can't fake this. I can't fake refreshing. I can't fake URLs. I can't fake this stuff. Family change their UI so often. I'm sure if you look at a video a month ago, Insights isn't going to look like this. Insights is going to look completely different. They change their UI really, really often. There is no other channel about AI OFM that is realer than this and is it transparent as this. Which is why, if you're ever considering joining a mentorship or trying to learn, I'm probably the best person to learn from. I've been super transparent. I've chatted on my own. I've shown chatting on my own. And now I've got chatters chatting for me. This is the general process I do with my students. Everything I'm doing here is exactly what I teach to my mentorship students. So what I'm doing here is completely recreatable. I only use Instagram. I don't pay for ads. I don't pay for any sort of promotional at all. It's all completely organic. The only thing I'm paying for is chatters and His Your subscription, Comfy UI subscription. I've shared my flipping AI workflow that I use to my 300k a month agency. And I said 300k a month because I meant it. This is one of my AI model accounts. You can see it's an old account. It's quite old. You can see come from low days to it's the exact same as you're seeing on this. This is the reason why I'm carrying on with the other account, because I'm seeing the same trend with the other account with this. You can see again through 300 days, 400, 500, 600 days, back down to 200, again low days, and then you get the high days, 1.87k days, and then you just steadily grow. The more you post, the more you grow. Eventually, I'm going from, $200-300 days, average 1k days, and then you get the nice peaks, a nice influx of money, 3k days, again, and then a bit of a low period here in May, but again, June, bang, 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 peaks, average probably 2k a day. Really, really good. And then from here on out, I'm averaging 1k a day easily on this account. And you've got these crazy peaks, 5k a day. This month's been crazy good. You can see I'm beating last month really, really well. And I've still got 5 days left. Because you've got these crazy 7k a day, 6k a day. This is what happens when you build clientele and you build, traction. This is a free account, by the way. On my real models, on my actual agency models, I run free accounts because I have the chatting and the system to handle it. On the other account, I run paid because remember how I used to chat by myself? I just didn't want so many people to talk to. I just wanted paying subs. I didn't want to speak to so many fans. So that's why I kept it paid. I might make it free. I might keep it paid. It's doing well paid. Maybe it's just a good paid account. So you can see messages are good, tips are good. That's pretty much the only way I make money. I don't do post sales. I never really like that. And again, you can see top spenders: 80k, 75k, 65k. You can't mess up these because again, 80k out of nearly 300k all time. And guys, remember, I've got 6 models. Obviously, not all of my models do as well as this. I have one doing a bit better, and then the rest are doing slightly less. But overall, when you have all these 6 models, you make about 300k. Obviously, it's 300k total. I do have expenses, but again, with AI OFM, the reason why it's so good, expenses are so low. There is no model contract. I'm not giving 40 or 50% of this away to the model because the model's fake, the model's AI. I keep everything. The only thing I'm paying for is the chatters. Out of this account, I'm probably paying maybe 10k in like the max. I'm probably out for this model. I'm probably paying 10k for chatters, VAs, the whole lot, the whole shebang. Subscription prices for employees, everything. Probably paying 10k out of this. The profit margin is so high. Spending 10k and making 75k from 10k spend is crazy high. That's a 7x return on investment. I don't think anyone realizes how good that is unless you actually are in this space and you do it for yourself. Then you realize how good that is, and it's only achievable with AI OFM because with real models, it is impossible to achieve anything above a 2x. Because if you're giving 50% to the model, whatever you make, half is gone to the model. That's if you run percentage. Which, to be fair, if you're running a top quality model like a US model, that's what they want. No one really wants a salary if they're making this much. Again, if you're running a lower quality model, then yeah, salary's good. Really, salaries mainly work for like Eastern Europeans and things. Get it smaller and show you guys again. So sorry about that. This is it again. I think you were able to see when I was going through here. Maybe you didn't see this, but you can see 5k days, 7k days. August is a really good month. Again, I bring my mouse and I move my mouse to the refresh button and I click refresh, and there we go. So again, really good model. You can't not believe this. Anyway, back to the original model. Guys, if you're interested in doing something like this, again, I've shared my AI workflow. I've kind of shared what I do for Instagram. Again, I'm not going to share everything, right? People pay for this sort of thing. I can't share absolutely everything. But if you are learning this stuff, I am really confident if you do join the mentorship, all of this is achievable. On average, our students make about in the first month, well, depending on where you are, US students are usually more and get there quicker. But I'll give you averages for our UK and EU students. On average, it's about 2 to 3k first month, 5 to 6k second month, 10k third month, pretty much always guaranteed. US, it's about 3 to 4k first month. Most of the time, it's 10k second month, and then if not 10k third month easily. That's how it goes. I'm so confident in this. I've shown so much to try and help you guys be confident in this too. The reason is because this is compared to so many other online businesses, any business ever, this is so easy to do, and it's so, it's hard to put into words how easy this is to do. It's so easy, don't get me wrong, it's not easy, but compared to other things, it is incredibly easy. But yeah, if you guys are interested in mentorship, there's a link in the description below. You can fill out a form, see if you're eligible for mentorship. If you are, you will be able to book a free one-to-one call with myself. I can see if I want to teach you, if you'll be a good fit. And yeah, we can go from there. I'll link our free Telegram group below. You can see some student results. I'll update it with some student results now. I've got a bunch of results. I've just been waiting to post them. I just keep forgetting. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys found it useful, and we'll be on to the next one. And guys, if you have anything you want me to cover, leave a comment. I always look at comments. I always reply to comments if I think they're worthwhile, and I'll cover what you guys want me to. It's not a big deal. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. On to the next one.